Mine Restoration Investments is a company established to tackle the challenges of acid mine drainage in South Africa, and it made its debut on the JSE AltX in June this year. It has a market cap of 136 million rand. Mine Restoration, Paul, tackle acid mine drainage. We know what a problem that is here in South Africa right now.
Yeah, so as the water level rises, you've got all this water which is arguably drinkable if you could treat it. So we have seen a couple of companies, this one and also people like Avenge, that have looked at projects in this environment. So again, Senmag, the old listed cash shell, which became Capricorn for a while, and now it emerged as Mine Restoration Industries. They've got a nice looking website. They talk about being in coal briquetting, and then they've got some kind of Voxavox or some kind of technology which they're going to use to extract the acid or other heavy minerals and dangerous stuff so that the potable water is otherwise available as a byproduct. So, I mean, they say the Department of Water Affairs is prepared to commit billions to this, and I suppose they probably are. Is this an interesting investment opportunity? Again, I'm not prepared to say so standing here, but maybe if you were to get closer to it, you could find something here.
So it's all about technology for this one, and what it would possibly do to the whole acid mine drainage problem here in South Africa is one that you'll be getting into right now, or do you want to get closer to the situation like Paul is saying?
No, it's got a great story behind it. I mean, it's a very recent listing, and again, the liquidity is always going to be an issue. I think I actually checked the volume that I could have got when I left the office. I mean, I think you can put about 67,000 into it at the moment. I mean, that's what's on offer. So it's also very liquid, which makes it dangerous. But for a small retail investor that's really looking for a punt, it's got a nice story behind it. But I mean, I think if you invest in this, you must be prepared to lose your entire capital. And at the same time, but then obviously, if it does come off, I mean, you're looking at picking up a 10-bagger. But again, it's. Yeah, it's not one that I personally would be going for, and also just on it, I mean, from what they're saying, I mean, the actual quantity of drinkable water that they're going to produce, the government is the only person that can buy it. So that no one else, there's not even going to be demand for it. I mean, so it's and government is notoriously bad at paying. So for me, I'm not personally going to go into it, but as a punt, as a gamble, yeah, it could be one.
Okay, Paul.
Look, understand what happens when companies reverse into cash shells is that the existing shareholders are significantly diluted, and the seller of the business that's coming in then gets shares issued in the listed entity. That's why the liquidity of these things is often bad, because the guys that have come in are so excited about their new business venture. The traditional old bullets that own cash shells always want to hang around and see where it can take them. So until such time as it delivers sustainable earnings and starts showing where it ought to be valued, and then you start to see a bit of liquidity and trade in the share, it's going to have very limited appeal. And some people say, but by then the opportunity will have gone. I always say no. If this company is going to turn into a 10-bagger of the future, there'll still be plenty of time to get into them. But put them on your watch list, monitor and see where they trade and how they trade. And as Gary says, check back every now and then to see where the buyers and the sellers are, and make sure that there's enough going on. Because you can't get into things and then not be able to get out. It's very disheartening.
So you're leaning towards a...
No, not hot, not for now.
Gary, also not hot on Mine Restoration.